Let's talk color magic. Red. Now, a lot of people like to go to red for love spells. Honestly, it's not the best choice for love spells. Now, it stands for things like power, vitality, motivation. It also stands for passion, which is probably why it goes on a lot of spells for love, because passionate love, passionate feelings. But you can be passionate about all of your feelings. I know a lot of people who will use it to represent anger and rage and use it in baneful workings because of that, and you can be passionately angry at someone. You can passionately hate someone. Passion can be applied to a lot of things. So can vitality, and so can motivation. You can work motivation and vitality into abundance workings, road openers, all things of the sort, really. But it's not the most versatile of colors, but that's going to depend also on what red means to you. Orange. Now, orange is probably my most used color as far as color magic goes. It typically stands for courage, joy, but it's also a color for success. It being a color for success, I like to use it for road openers. But if you think about it, you always want your spell work to be successful. So orange is a good addition to just about anything, because you want it to be successful and you want to manifest and embody that feeling of success. You can use it in spells for obtaining a job, passing a test, rekindling and fixing a relationship. Success would be a very big key factor there. I use it, like I said, in road openers. I seal things like honey jars and sweetening jars with orange. And I include orange in money workings because I want to be successful at it. Yellow. So some of yellow's main correlations are wisdom, manifestation, the divine, joy, happiness, friendship, sunlight itself. So your options for using yellow in a spell working are very vast. You can use it to manifest anything because it's for manifestation. So if you want to manifest money and you ain't got a green candle, yellow. If you want to do a working specifically with the celestial body, the sun, we perceive the sun as being yellow. So yellow for a solar working. But on a slightly different note, similar to green, if you are feeling ill or you have something like a problem with your liver, jaundice, etc., your skin can take on a shade of yellow to show you that you are sick. So yellow can be used in those workings designed to make people ill. Again, it all has to do with your perception of the color and what it means to you as far as what you use it for. Green. Now, green is my absolute favorite color of all time. It just always has been. But green is popular for fertility, money, abundance, things that you would typically associate with green. But if you're working with, say, nature energy and nature entities, green would be a fantastic color there. Green is good for working with deities that are connected to the color green or like it. But also, remember the phrase green with envy. So if you wanted to do something like a jealousy spell, green would be fantastic for a choice for that. Or you tend to look green when you're feeling ill. If you want to do a working that's designed to make somebody feel ill or fall ill, green is a color that you can go for there as well. Don't get me wrong, it's great for money workings. It's the go-to for money workings. But what if money isn't green in your country? So, food for thought. Blue for today's color magic of choice. Blue typically represents things like focus, calm. For a lot of people, they use blue for protection, but blue is also very good in water-related workings and sea magic. And if you think about it, water is an uncontrollable force of nature for the most part. What water wants to do, it's going to do. So it could be for determination, or the wrath of the ocean itself can be embodied by the color blue. There's a wide variety of different things that correlate with blue in this world. The sky is blue. You know, that means that you could potentially use this in an air magic spell as well, or to represent the element of air if you don't have another color for that. I understand calm as well. It's a very calming color for a lot of people, but you know, if blue isn't calming to you, then it wouldn't work out so well in something like a calming spell. That Wrath of the Ocean thing, though, put that one away for later. Purple is another of my favorite colors for color magic. Some of its traditional correlations would be scrying, spirit communication, transmutation, and domination. Domination is what I tend to use it for because I want to take control of the situation I'm doing a working on. It's not necessarily dominating another person, but dominating the energy and the outcome of that working to fit what your desire is. I also do include purple in transmutation rituals when I do the full scale ritual and not just a single candle version. But say purple represents comfort to you, you can use it in self-love and self-healing. If purple represents beauty to you, like purple flowers, you can use it in a glamour working. That interpretation is up for grabs. Whatever it represents to you is what this color can represent in your working. But I'm not going to lie though, domination power slaps. Pink in color magic. Now, pink is fantastic for empathy, attraction, and harmony. It is very, very good in love workings. Probably why this company put a heart on the box. But with the other colors, if pink represents something else to you, there is no reason you can't use it for another purpose. But it being for empathy, these can go in self-love spells, self-healing spells. Love in general is fantastic for pink. And being that it's also a color for attraction, you can also burn it during abundance, prosperity, anything that you want to attract into your life, manifestation workings. A color for color magic is not limited just to what the color's main correlation is, because you yourself can interpret those colors and those meanings in very different ways from what is listed somewhere. Brown. Now, usually the first things that come to mind with brown is going to be grounding, because what color is the ground in most places? But if you think about that, brown is also very good for stability-based workings. That could be financial, emotional, anything, as long as it's stability that you're looking for. As well as any type of nature magic. If you're working with nature spirits, if you're just working with nature energy in general, brown is going to be very good for that. Because again, we said what color is the ground in most places, and that's brown. The ground is part of nature. Black in color magic. This is probably my second most used color for color magic and correlations. It is good for cleansing, banishing, protecting, purifying, and it is fantastic for baneful workings. Now, again, color magic is up to interpretation. Those are the traditional correlations of this particular candle. It has also been used in things like transmutation rituals to absorb what it is you want to transmute, because like black tourmaline, it is a very absorbing color. Black consumes everything around it. It can cover any other color if you add black to it. If black represents sadness and grief to you, you can use that correlation in a working. If it represents grounding to you, like obsidian, you can use it in a grounding working. I personally like to use them in protection more than anything else, but that's just my preference. White, the universal color. White can be used for absolutely anything. It can be substituted for absolutely anything because it's white. Other common uses for the color white are cleansing, purification, protection, much like black. It can also be used for healing as a traditional correlation. I also will use them in spirit communication and spirit connection because of the purity of the color white. But it being literally the universal substitute, you can use it for absolutely anything. Because if you think about it, there was once a time where we didn't have colored candles, and most of them would have been a white or off-white to almost yellow in color, depending on the material they were made out of, and they were used for everything. They were also very expensive to get your hands on when candles first came about. But white is good for anything. If you want to do a road opener and you don't have orange or green or purple, grab you a white candle, because color magic cannot subtract from your working. It can only add to it.